I would be very afraid if I were you.
Millions of us are watching The Watcher on Netflix, a true story of a terrorized family.
I am the Watcher.
I think Kemah City Councilman Doug Meisinger may be watching just a little too much.
And I want to instruct the city attorney to file criminal complaints with the Galveston County DA's office, the Texas Rangers, the State Attorney General's office.
We can't have a squad car sitting out there all night. That's taxpayer money.
Meisinger thinks he was being watched too by his political nemesis, Mayor Carl Joyner.
And if you still don't feel safe, I suggest hiring private security.
Supposedly surveilling him after Meisinger stopped renting this small apartment in a Kemah storage building, a mission to see if he really still lived in town. Meisinger wouldn't be allowed to stay on council if he didn't.
These are not the kind of things that you sit on. These are really shocking allegations.
One of my favorite media sources, The Texan, trumpeted the story online.
If you sit up here and you see corruption and you don't do anything about it, then you're part of the problem.
We agree on that, Doug. The police chief and the city manager weren't allowed to speak, though, when the council voted to bring in the feds. But Councilwoman Teresa Vasquez Evans says she's speaking for them.
They did confirm the allegations. They are standing by their statements.
The Kemah police chief didn't return our calls, but city manager Walter Gann did. And he's telling us a very different story than we heard at that council table.
Nobody was surveilled or nobody was watched or tailed or it didn't happen.
We got a problem here.
There's nothing to legitimize when there is nothing's been done illegal.
But to hear Kemah City Council tell it, the so-called Watcher is now going to pay back those who defied him.
That they're painting a bullseye right on their foreheads, but they're doing the right thing.
I think some people are just blowing it out of proportion.
The city manager sounds so frightened.
They could say next, hey, he stole toilet paper. What? Yeah, he wiped his butt. He stole city toilet paper. It seems like anything's a go right now. We wonder, will city council now retaliate against him?
You know, you guys are going to be on YouTube. It's what he does. You're going to find yourselves on YouTube.
Cameras everywhere now.
That scary Dolcefino YouTube channel. We know exactly where Doug Meisinger lives now. And we confess, we've driven by that house, even taken some pictures from the public street.
The whole world knows what's going on at your house!
Meisinger is still furious the city forced him to provide a safe exit at his cigar place/bedroom. He felt picked on because the house is owned by Matt Wiggins. You know, the guy who's lost the mayor's race more than once, got arrested for ethics violations, was accused of misusing city water funds, and was sued for a false billboard he put up in Kemah attacking Joyner, his political enemy. I know it's kind of hard to keep up with all the political nonsense in Kemah.
My God, it's just so pretty out here.
It's paradise.
Wiggins is a city vendor now because he rents city property. He's been appointed to the Town Economic Development Board despite the ethics troubles. And his feud with Joyner is legendary in this town. Behind the scenes, Mr. Wiggins continues to pull the strings. In emails and texts that exclude the town's mayor, Wiggins reminds his minions, quote, "We are family." Directing a growing battle over taxpayer money. None of the city council members defended those same city employees when Wiggins wrote, quoting, "Our bloated, unqualified, incompetent city staff is at it again."
That's what's wrong with the world these days, you know? The word neighbor just doesn't mean what it used to.
We've made fun of Wiggins and Meisinger when we found their text messages. Wiggins calling him the sex doctor. Hope Meisinger doesn't get jealous over these new texts. Councilman Isaac Saldana texting goodnight to Wiggins with an abbreviation of hugs and kisses. Wiggins' response, "Kisses, boo." Saldana loved it.
I'm still watching.
And that's why we're still watching City Council continue to insult the people's vote in the last mayor's election, along with their apparent obsession with our videos.
And I know our friendship will grow and grow with time.
You know what we're watching? The exploding legal bills fueled by this never-ending kindergarten chaos. The lawyers are getting rich off it. Last year, Greg and Greg was paid $250,000 for a town of about 2,000 people. And the bills for that investigation into the remodeling of City Hall, they've likely topped 30 grand by now. City Council apparently didn't like the results, so they kept asking for more investigations, and they've denied residents the right to see the report. Heck, they don't even let the mayor give his report to citizens at council meetings. Come on! Come on!
We can't find money. We're missing money.
We say that one statement alone at a public meeting now requires council to release the report. What are they afraid of Kemah residents seeing?
Let's push the city on down the road with some really, really good decisions.
That's great advice. End the drama, people, because
I've been put in charge of watching you.
This message will not be the last. I am the Watcher.